Hey everyone and welcome. We are looking at the week 6 weekly quests in Fortnite. This video will cover every single quest, including the bonus one, and showing you how to complete them. So let's get into it. First up is travel distance while sliding, 300 meters needing to be covered to do this challenge, and we are going to be going just north of Brutal Bastion to complete this one. We're going to land just here on the slope just at the top there, and the reason why we're doing this is there is a really large ice path that runs all the way down to the water. So if you can steer better than I did there, and you'll see I did in the next bit of this, you'll get around 160, 180 meters for this one. Ignore that guy, we'll kill him later on. And we'll just slide all the way to the bottom. You see it's counting up there, 180 plus, just over 200, and then this is the second run after killing that other guy, where actually we steer right past everything, straight run all the way down until we get the completion right there. Dead easy. Second of our first stage quests is deal damage to opponents while hip firing assault rifles or SMGs, 500 damage in total, and yep, you guessed it, we're heading for one of the bosses. Radar boss and his two bodyguards are the easiest. Hip firing is where you are not zooming in to attack, and you're just shooting straight from the hip basically, and get in nice and close to make sure that you are not going to miss any of your shots. And by hitting the low card guards and the boss himself, the dealer, you'll get your 500 done absolutely no problem. Why bother going against players when you've got easy targets like this? The last of our first stage quests is eliminate enemy players that damaged you. So you need to do this 10 times, and the easiest way to do this is going to be trying to pick people off at the start of a game. So you want to drop down into places where players land first, not later on in the game, because what that'll do in your favour is that if they're shooting at you or trying to pickaxe you, they're doing it with potentially grey and green weapons, which means the damage output isn't particularly high. The further you go into the game, obviously the players have a better chance of getting higher rarity weapons, which means higher damage. So essentially the way I've done this is I went after players right at the start of the game. If I haven't got their attention, hit them with a wee shot, get their attention, let them hit me once, and then go in for the kill. And I did that pretty much for most of these kills. There are a number of them, like this one here, which is kind of in towards the final 20 players in the game, and I think there was a couple like that where I went after players kind of late game as well. But as you see, you get a number of these players at the start of the game, and you'll see that most of the 10 here through this kill reel has really been guys and girls at the start of a game and just taking them out. This one was an interesting kill as well, because I got him at range, kind of stood about on the roof area to try and get a long range shot in. He actually managed to hit me a bit more than what I was expecting, and then I've just kind of healed up a wee bit, went in. The interesting bit was that he started throwing turrets all over the place trying to kill me off, but I managed to get him before they even opened up. But that's my general strategy for completing this one, guys. Hit people at the start of the game where their weaponry is potentially going to be low rarity, which means low damage. Let them hit you once, and then go in for the kill and finish them off. If you need to get somebody's attention, do it from range, hit them once, get them coming back, let them hit you, and then go in after them. Obviously the later in the game, the higher rarity weapons people will have, which means more damage, and you run the risk that they may actually kill you before you can kill them. The first of our 2-stage quests is hide in a haystack, a dumpster, and a flusher. Flusher is the toilets, just in case you didn't know. So first up, we're going to be going to Slappy Shores. There are a number of dumpsters. I'm going to go into the one here at the pizza place. The street further down on the left-hand side, there's another dumpster, and there's also a dumpster just around the corner there as well. We're then going to head to Frenzy Fields for the haystack. There are loads of haystacks. We've just flown over one. We're going to jump in this one. There's another one there, and you can kind of see one just off in the distance as well. So Frenzy Fields is definitely the place for your haystacks. And then we're going to be going to the racetrack for the flusher, and it's just sitting in at one of the car park areas. So this one's relatively easy. It's just more a case of knowing where to go, but hopefully those 3 locations will help. Collect bars from an eliminated player in different matches. So basically what you're needing to do is either kill players and pick up their gold in 3 games, or actually just picking up gold that's lying around because somebody else has killed a player. And that's as easy as that. Just make sure that whenever you're killing players, they don't always drop gold. I've had a couple while trying to do this where I've killed them and there hasn't been any gold at all. So, but if you last long enough in a game and you're running around, you'll probably see piles of gold just lying around, because not everyone goes in and scoops up everything that's left once they've killed somebody. The final 2-stage quest is visit different named locations while in a vehicle. You can see them all there. There's about 14, I think, and you only need to visit half of those. Best locations I'm going to show you for getting vehicles. Frenzy Fields, there are 2 of them sitting there, and as soon as you jump in that car and move, it is going to give you 1 location. Then we're going to head to Steamy Springs from there. And as soon as you come into range, it'll ping and it'll give you the location for that. And then we're going to go to Mega City, and as we just hit the outskirts of that, it will give us the 3rd one for us. We're going to jump out of the game and we're going to go to Sanguine Suites. All of the POIs have vehicles in them, so as soon as you land and move in that one, there's number 4. We're going to head and drive towards Brutal Bastion, which will give us number 5, and then we are going to be heading on over to, come on, Slappy Shores gives us number 6, and then from there we're going to turn around and we're going to head towards the final destination, which will give us our 7th location, which is Creaky Compound. And that's the 7. Relatively easy. 2 really good locations, I think, which are close to other POIs and named locations, which will give us our 7. And the final one is the bonus mission for week 6. Get headshots against enemy players with DMRs. 10 headshots in total, needing to get this bonus level for the week. And there are 2 DMRs in the game, the thermal and the tactical. I would advise using the tactical. This is the one I'm using for this one. And the reason why is because there's a secondary zoom function on it, and that zoom function will bring you in far, far closer to your target than the thermal one will. Just remember, aim high when you're fighting against players, especially if they're a wee bit closer, and you should rattle off your 10 headshots, no problem. I would advise trying to get this one done as early as possible in a game. So hopefully, if you're lucky enough, you'll pick up a DMR at the start of a game, which means you can pick off players a bit easier with their low rarity weapons, because the likelihood is once you start firing, if you're not cracking off your headshots at the start, you're going to come under fire. That is the video, guys. Drop a like on it, comments down below, and subscribe to the channel so you are kept in the loop for all completion guides in Fortnite going forward. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye bye.